my living room again for another installment of Workout in Your Living Room, which has kind of been our lives for the last, 9 weeks now. So congrats to all of you that are moving and staying fit with whatever you can, with whatever you have in your house, however you can move. I've been having some people write me asking about how they can keep their heart rates up without jumping because it bothers neighbors down below them, or they don't have any equipment, and how can they exercise. So I wanted to put together a workout that guarantees to keep your heart rate up, and all you need is something that's heavy. So when I teach this class, normally I will use weights. I have weights at home, but not all of us do, and if you try to buy some weights right now, they are so expensive, so please don't buy weights. You don't need them. So I'm going to teach our workout today with half of a container of natural laundry detergent. It's just what I have in my house, so it's going to add me a little bit of weight. Grab whatever you can. If you have a really heavy textbook, maybe you have a wine bottle, something that has some weight to it, and let's get started. Our workout's going to be full body. We're going to do some abs. Maybe I'll throw in some Pilates into there, but I promise this will make you guys sweat, and you can do this anywhere, anytime, and it'll be about 30 minutes long, okay? So I'm going to give you a set, grab whatever you need. Meet me back here. Okay, so let's come down onto the mat to start, on our backs. Hands behind your head. Okay, when we have our hands behind our head, we want to press our head heavy into our hands. Our elbows are wide, and feel like you can pull your arms into your back. Like really find that connection. Take a breath in and exhale, curl the upper body up, and then release. Now, in an abdominal curl, all right, so you guys keep doing this as I talk. In an abdominal curl, the biggest thing I see is elbows in and people pulling on their heads and pulling their neck forward, okay? We don't want to do that. Once you have your elbows wide and your head in your hands, you actually want to push your head into your hands. And it's the work of the belly, lifting the head up. Like the crown of the head is reaching to the sky. And what you should feel are your ribs pulling away from your pelvis, and like a lengthening sensation in your back, and a real contraction in the muscles in that front belly. So like those two rib bones are pulling together. Let's go 3 more curls. Exhale as you curl, your tummy wants to pull down, and notice I'm not getting very high here. Last 2. One more time, keep the curl, keep the lift. Take your right leg into tabletop and then your left leg into tabletop. There's some belly working now. Inhale, let the head come down, and exhale, curl. Inhale, down. Now you'll have to excuse me if I give out on you guys. I do about 3,000 of these a week now, it seems like, so my abs are a little bit sore. Let's go 5 more. We come down, breathe in. Exhale, we curl. So the action of the legs lifting up is meant to create a little more connection into the low belly. So you want those knees to pull in towards you and almost feel like a gentle or slight lift of your tailbone off the floor. Last one here. Let's lift, pause, and hold. So head is heavy in the hands, right? We're not lifting our head with our hands. We're lifting our head with our abdominal muscles. Take a breath in. Exhale, tap your right toe to the floor. And then we're going to lift the right toe up, and at the same time, we tap the left toe down. And then we lift the left toe, we tap the right toe, and then the right toe, and we tap the left. Now I apologize, you may see a cat walking around here. Like I'm sure many of you have children or dogs or something that interrupts your workouts. Let's go 4 more. And 3. Keep breathing through this. And then let's add a little bit of a rotation. So as you pick that right leg up, twist your body, think left shoulder to right inner thigh. And then twist your body, think right shoulder, left inner thigh. You keep going on this, switching, and I'm just gonna make sure that I'm recording this so that I don't do this again like last time when I had to do it twice. Let's go 4 more of these rotations. Here we go, we go for 4. And 3, last 2, and 1. Now keep your legs in tabletop, take your body, bring it back to neutral. We're going to inhale our head, neck, and shoulders onto the mat as we lower both of our toes to the floor. Do your best to keep your ribs connected and your pelvis connected into the ground, and then curl up knees to nose. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, curl up knees to nose. 3 more times. I don't know if it's just the fact that I do this all day long, but I can feel this in my core. Last 2. Exhale, curl up knees to nose. And then 1 more time. Curl up knees to nose, and then take it down. Let the toes just hover on the mat so you can feel them touching, but you're not wading into them. And we do 8 curls. 8. Whoa, there's the low belly. 7. You keep your low back flat into the mat. 6. You're going to feel some hamstrings working here. 2. 5. Exhale. 4. And 3. 2 more times. 1 more. And bring it all the way down. Bring your hands by your side. Have your feet hip distance apart, parallel. Open up through the collarbones. Press the shoulder blades into the mat. Feel your arms really anchored into the ground. Push into the floor. Don't lift your hips up yet. Just press the ground away from you. Feel the backs of your legs turn on. Feel the glutes turn on. And then charge those legs. Lift the hips. When we come into a back bridge, the back of your neck is lengthened. And take those ribs and hug them in. You really want to stay connected here in your abdominals. A back bridge is meant to open your pelvis up, open the hips up. So really squeeze the glutes and press the floor away from you, and then tap your bum down. And then we lift. Now I like to keep my hands firmly pressed into the mat. I like to keep my collarbones really wide. So I really feel the backs of my arms working here, okay? It's not cheating to use your arms. And then I'm literally physically pushing my feet into the floor to lift myself up. We're gonna go 3 more. Last 2. And then on this last one, let's hold it here, okay? Those hips are gonna stay up. Imagine a little pencil right in that gluteal fold. We call this your fast muscle, your thigh ass, right? That nice little crease line in between your hamstrings and your glutes. Place an imaginary pencil there, and then we're going to lift our heels off of the mat. So press the toes in, and then as you drop your heels, you're gonna squeeze that pencil. And then you lift your heels, drop the heels, squeeze the pencil. Lift the heels, drop the heels, squeeze the pencil. So start to get some heat into those glutes, into those hamstrings. 5 more. And 4. Last 3. And 2. One more time. Keep those heels up. We drop the bum, press into the ground, and lift. Now, I know at the beginning of this workout I said it would be 30 minutes, but I have a tendency to get carried away, so I'm not going to guarantee that that's our length today. 5 more, but bear with me. And 4. Now, I apologize I'm not looking at you right now because you should never turn your head when you're doing a back bridge. Your eye gaze is always up. Last one, hold those hips up. Let's do little pulses. Pulse, 8. I like to call these my John Travolta pulses, right? Like super 1980s Dirty Dancing style. We go 5 and 4 and 3, or Grease, I guess, Grease Lightning, 2 and 1. We come all the way down. Now grab onto your legs with your hands. Roll yourself up. Stand up. There's your abs. You should be warm. Grab whatever you have, okay? So if you have a lot, I think we all have laundry detergent in our house. So grab that, place it into your left hand. Feet are hip distance apart and parallel. We come down into a squat. We take this laundry detergent, bring it in between the legs, and then up to the shoulder height. Little squat, little lift. Okay, now make sure your lid is on, nice and tight so you don't shoot laundry detergent everywhere. Okay, we'll go for about 20 of these. All right, so just squeezing those glutes at the top. Make sure when you do your squat, your back is flat. And when we come up to the top, we want to use the momentum of the legs to lift that arm up, stopping on a dime. 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Take your whatever you have onto the ground, onto your mat. Come down. Find your knees on the floor. Hands as wide as your mat. For push-ups. Inhale, bend the elbows, press the ground away from you. We have 10. So in your push-up, imagine you're squeezing the floor between your hands as you lift up. Like you could wrinkle your mat or you could wrinkle your carpet. We'll go 4 more. I'm terrible at counting. And 3. We'll probably do way more or way less. And 2. 1 more time. And then come into a kneeling position. Take whatever you have in your right hand, straighten your left leg out behind you. Pull that right arm up and hug your elbow in at your side. We're gonna do a tricep kickback here. So that right arm is gonna straighten as we pick the left leg up, lower the left leg, bend the elbow. Breathe in to extend, exhale to bend. All right, now don't worry if you can't figure out the coordination of when to lift the arm, when to lift the leg. As long as you're lifting your arm and you're lifting your leg, you're winning. Okay, your right hip should be stacked directly over your right knee. So notice that hip wants to shift to the right. All right, find a little more load in that left hand. And notice how that makes your abdominal muscles work a little bit more. Don't lift from your back, so your spine is straight. We go 5 more and 4. Last 3, 2 more here. 1 more time. And then we put that down, come into a plank on our forearms, on our toes. Shoulders over your elbows, press the ground away from you, press into your feet. We want to feel the tailbone really pressing to the heels, collarbones widen, shoulder blades down the backs of your ribs. Press down to lift up. 10 seconds. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, stand up. Grab your detergent or your weight or whatever you have in your hands, take it into your left hand, and we go. Squat and lift, down and up, okay? So we're going to that second side. So same set we just did, stopping on a dime as we come up. Give that little pause. All right, press those hips back. Now if you have 2 weights, you can do this with 2 dumbbells, okay? But if you just have 1, then that's fine. Let's go 8 more. Little pause. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember, we're back to push-ups after this. 3, 2, and 1. We come down. I'm going to face the other way into our push-up. So on your knees, hands are directly underneath those shoulders. Bend the elbows. Now, when you lower in the push-up, it should be work. Don't just let your body fall. All right? Pull your body down. Push the ground away. Now, I always do push-ups from my knees. Always. I can do them from my toes, but I just feel like I get more out of the exercise when I'm on my knees. You can get lower, got a bigger range of motion. 1 more time. Find that tabletop position. All right, dumbbell or whatever you have in your left arm. Send that right leg behind you. Ready? We go. Tricep leg lift. Now, if you look at my spine here, you'll notice that there's no movement in it, right? I'm not lifting from my back, because why would we want to do that, right? We want a nice toned glute. We want nice strong hamstrings. We want toned abs. So keep the pelvis still. Keep the ribs pulling away from the floor. Feel that work in your arms, in your legs, in your core. We'll go 8, and 7, and 6. Last 5 here. Collarbones are wide for 4. Good. 3. Nice work, everyone. 2 more. Okay, ready? Last plank. Put whatever you have in your left hand down. Hands on the ground. We lift and we hold. All right, so in the plank, you want to imagine that you have a string on the heels and a string on the crown of your head, and it's pulling you in opposition. And then you pull your tummy in like you're doing up the tightest pair of pants you own, and you point your heels or your sitting bones or your tailbone to your heels. Let's hold 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Take a quick sec here to grab some water. Now, just so you know, you can be like, I'm done. Got my heart rate up, did some push-ups, did a plank, did some squats. I'm good. Awesome. There you go. If you want to continue, we're going to move on to a second set. Whatever you have, hold it in both of your hands. We're going to come down into a squat. And then as we stand up, we press that weight up over the head as we kick our leg out to the side. So let's call this our left leg. Squat and kick. So we want to straighten that leg as we stand up, right? We want to kick that out to the side and then really charge into that standing leg. Now option, maybe you're like, I don't feel like doing squats. You can just do that side kick with the press, okay? We'll go 7 more. Maybe you just hold here. 6. Maybe you're here. 5, 4. Maybe you just squat, kick. 3. All right, choose what works best for you. 2, 1. Good. Now we're gonna keep this jug in our hands. I'm gonna turn around so you can see me. We're gonna bring ourselves down into like a little squat position. I call this kind of squatting in the forest. And then we're gonna take our left leg and step our left leg back, straighten our arms, and then bring that left leg forward. And then step it back. Same leg raise. So when I step my leg back, I'm getting all of my body weight onto my right leg, right? Lots of work right here. And I'm adding just a little bit of a curl to work my biceps. 10 more times. Tap, there's 10. Tap, there's 9. Tap, and 8. tap, 7, tap. So you should be feeling this, working that right leg. 4 more, and 3. We go 2, 1 more time. We stand up, stay on that right leg now. Take your arms and straighten them out for some balance work into what's called a single leg deadlift. So I'm gonna tip my body forward. I'm gonna start to lift my left leg up. I'm gonna come all the way down as low as I can with a straight leg. And then I drive my hips through and I stand. Inhale, tip forward. Your hips wanna be square here. And it's okay if you're a bit wobbly. It's okay if you can't get all the way down. Okay, what's really important is that your heel and the crown of your head are in a straight line. So you want to be strong in that back leg, right? You want to pick it up, right? Lots of work in that front glute muscle. 5 more. You know, I like to think I'm pretty strong, and this is burning right now, okay? So you should feel this. Whoop, I get a little tippy, right? I get a little tippy. Last 3. We stand up. We go 2, and don't worry if you're like, I can't even do one of these. Just keep trying. 1 more time. And then we bring it back into our good old friend, our front plank. So come down, put this off to the side. Whatever you're holding, come into a plank. All right? We're gonna do a little rotation here. So I want you to twist your body, take that right hip to the floor. Now press into the right elbow, pick your hips away from the ground, take your hips to the right, press into the arm switch. We'll go 8, and 7, and 6. Push the ground away, 5, pick those hips up, 4. We push down to lift, 3, and 2, 1 more time. Here we go. We come back, standing position, round 2. Hold whatever it is you have in your hands, and we come down into that squat, and we press up, kick the other side. Now, you're gonna feel this a little bit more on this side because that right glute's a little bit sore from our last set. Okay, so if you do this workout more than once, then I want you to, the second time you do it, switch the leg you start with. So instead of starting with your left, start with your right. Remember all your options here, right? You don't have to do the squat. You can just do the kick. You don't have to do the kick. You can just do the press. You guys know your body, so you do what feels good for you. 5 more. 4, 3, and 2. 1 more time. All right, here we go. We're gonna come down into that little squat. We're gonna take now our right leg. Tap our right leg back. Boom. Bring it in. Tap, in. Tap, in. So we do that curl. All right. Now nothing is moving here. As I step my leg back, my left leg is staying perfectly still. All right, my back is long. We go 8 more. Woo, I feel that burn. 7, 6, single leg deadlifts coming up. We're gonna dribble work these glutes. 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1 more. You ready? We stand up. Ouch. I don't know if you can see, but my left foot's on fire. Here we go. We tip forward. Pick your right leg up. Reach the chest out. And then we stand up. Woo, fell over on that one. Do that again. See, even I fall over. Balance is hard, especially if you're on carpet, and if you have a mat on your carpet, and if you're in bare feet. Inhale forward, and exhale up. All right, maybe sometimes you try this and you can't do even one of them. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You just keep trying. Eventually, maybe you get 2 out of 10, and then 4 out of 10. And then one day, you do them all. Now notice I'm tapping my foot down at the bottom, and that's just to reset my balance for 3. My left leg's a little wonky. Doesn't like to be worked. It's lazy. 1 more time. We come forward, we lift, we take whatever it is in our hands, we put them down on the floor, come back into that plank. Here we go. Second set, when we tap that up. So I like to do my workouts like this. I like to have about 4 exercises and rotate through them. I find the first set, it's a little slower because you're trying to figure out the movement. And then the second set, you can transition a little bit quicker. So you get that heart rate up a bit. We go 5, and 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. There you go. Set number 2, done. 1 more set to go. Now again, feel free. You're like, I'm done. I'm sweating. Cool. You can just take the rest of the day off. We got one more set to go through, and the good news, it's all going to be on the mat. So grab whatever it is, lie down. We're going to start with it in our hands, okay? All I want us to do is take our arms up over our shoulders. We're going to squeeze whatever we're holding tight between our hands, bend the elbows, bring the weight down, and then press it up. And then bend, and then press. Now here's the thing. When you work out with something that is really light, you can make it feel heavy, right? I can just be here and be like pushing up and down. That's doing nothing for me. But what I want you to do is I want you to squeeze whatever it is you're holding in your hands and to really activate the muscles, right? Like feel the muscles in your arms working. Like this is work for me. This little jug probably weighs, I don't know, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, not very much. But I'm making my arms work, right? I'm asking them to work for me. 5, press 4, and down. Last 3. We go down, we go 2 more. And then one more time, keep your weight up. Take your legs out long. All right, I move my little book away. We're gonna take that weight behind us, and then we're gonna lift the arms up, lift the head up, lift your right leg, we curl. Now here's an option, you don't have to come very high. Maybe I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna come here, and then I come down, and then I go the other side. Maybe I just do this, right? Maybe I don't even lift my head, and that's okay. Or maybe I lift my head and I just bring the weight to my thigh bone. Yeah, getting a little bit of abs there. Or maybe, like, you know what, I want a little more work. I'm gonna lift up, and I'm gonna push that weight to my leg. You pick the option that works for you, okay? Let's go 4 more. So here is the most advanced option, or actually the most advanced option would be both legs, but who wants to do that, right? That's no fun. 1 more on each side, guys, okay? And then we're gonna add to this. So come down, weights up over your chest, legs in tabletop. Now option, you just keep your legs there, that's fine. But I'm gonna teach this a little bit more advanced. I'm gonna take this, whatever I have in my hands, behind my head, as I straighten both of my legs out and in. And then I pull back. And then I go out and in, and back. So as my weight comes behind me, I wanna feel a stretch in my side body, right? From kind of like my ribs to the elbows almost. And then it's from that place of stretch where I pull everything back into the center. 4 more. Squeeze your legs together. That's gonna make it harder. As you send your legs out, they can just be high, a little easier, or they can be really low, which is quite hard. I like to go somewhere in the middle. 2 more. Last one here. And then we take the feet to the mat. Settle into the shoulder blades. So pull those shoulder blades onto the ground. Push your hips up into that back bridge. Take your arms back to about a 45-degree angle, and then bend your elbows, don't hit yourself in the head, and straighten your arms. Bend and straighten. Okay, so in this tricep exercise, can you feel your shoulder blades really drawing into the ground, into your mat? And then the upper arm bones, the humerus bones, are staying still. And then feel the lengthening in the back of your arms as you bend your elbows, and then we straighten, okay? Squeeze that weight. We go 5 and 4. Last 3, 2, 1 more time. We're gonna bring that down. Because that wasn't very heavy, let's add a body weight tricep exercise to this. So arms reach behind you. Reach the arms up, roll up, seated position. Hands behind your back. Keeping your spine nice and straight, pull the collarbones wide. I want you to lift up out of your chest, and then we bend the elbows. We feel a big stretch in the front of our chest, and then we press into the ground and we push ourselves up. And then we come back down, we breathe in, and then exhale. So it's like a modified tricep press. Why I love this exercise so much is it's such a good chest stretch. So as you bend your elbows, don't let them flare out, right? That's easy, you're gonna feel nothing there. Feel like you have a ball between your arms and you're trying to squeeze it tight between the elbows. There's your stretch. You grip into the floor, you press the floor away from you. So if this is easy, ask yourself, how can you make it feel more challenging? 2 more times. We come up. Last 1. We come up. Take your arms, reach them all the way out. We're gonna roll all the way back down onto our back. Hands by our side. Let the head come down. Press those hips up. Find a back bridge. And we take the right leg into tabletop. And and then we bring it down. Now the good news is we're gonna finish on our mat. So this last set, we only go through it one time. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Now in between each set, feel free to add in, if you have some kind of cardio equipment at home, hop on it. All right, if you want to throw on some music and dance, if you want to do some core exercises, right, just be really creative. There's really no wrong way to move, okay, as long as you're safe. One more time, take that right leg, lift it up, hold it there. Option, keep it bent or straighten your leg, tap your bum down and lift. We'll go 8, 7. Remember, it's okay to press into the hands, right? It's not cheating to use your triceps for 5. Push the ground away from you, 4. And 3, we're almost there, guys, 2. One more time, take one leg down. Other leg up. I always remember when I used to train Elaine when she lived in Vancouver, tap and lift. Her hamstrings would always cramp in this. She'd always yell at me and tell me she had hamstrings. Her hamsters and her hamstrings. We press down and lift, right? You get that crampy feeling. You gotta squeeze your bum. That's gonna take the cramp away. We go 4. And 3, lift high like you're stamping your foot on the ceiling. One more time. Come all the way down. Press into your hands. I'm going to slide forward a little bit just so I have some space behind me. You can do a little mobility here to finish out our workout. So pressing into the feet, rolling the hips up, bone by bone, finding your back bridge. And then just take your arms and reach them back. Bring your biceps about ear level. Now imagine my hands are on your wrists. And I'm pulling your wrists in one direction as you roll down, bone by bone. Scooping that tailbone so you feel every vertebra in your back connect to the floor. Sweep those hands down, collarbones widen, roll up like a string of beads. We would pull your spine vertebra by vertebra off the ground. And then we take those arms and we reach them back. And then, like I'm pulling your arms, you roll down, down, down. One more time. Hands down, curl up. Arms reach back, and then roll down slow, slow, slow. Awesome work, there you go. A super simple, easy to do workout. All I used was a half full jug of soap. Feel free to check out any of the other workouts that are on this page. There's a great stretching workout, there's Pilates in there, I've got another full body strength training session. From what I gather, gyms are opening, I know in the USA, they're opening up, I think this week. Here in BC, I'm not sure about the rest of Canada, but here in BC, I have wind on some of our studios, well, some have opened. Some are opening up next week and some in a couple of weeks. But just know that it's gonna be very limited in the gym. All right, you're gonna be limited to your time, you're gonna be limited to classes, limited to sort of what you can touch. So we may be doing this type of training for a while now, right? It's convenient, it's just in our homes, and we don't need much. So thanks again for following along and working out with me. Keep your questions coming to me, Haley@leadinggossip.com. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.